Have you ever stared at the pyramids of Giza or the Parthenon in Athens and just wondered, how on earth did they build that? We're talking about stones weighing hundreds of tons, moved and placed with incredible precision, long before modern machinery existed. Today, we're diving into the ingenious methods that made these monumental structures possible. Let's travel back to ancient Egypt. Picture this: a colossal stone block, destined for a pyramid, sitting on a huge wooden sled in the middle of the desert. A team of workers is ready to pull, but how do they overcome the immense friction of sand? The answer is surprisingly simple: water. As the Egyptian worker, the overseer gives the signal, and we pour water onto the sand right in front of the sled. Not too much, not too little. Just the right amount makes the sand firm and slippery. You can feel the difference instantly. What was once impossible becomes manageable. With every heave, we pull together, and slowly, inch by inch, the great stone slides across the desert. It's hard work, but seeing the pyramid rise is our reward. This isn't just a theory. A painting discovered in the tomb of Djoututep, dating back to nearly 1900 B.C., clearly depicts a large group of men hauling a massive statue on a sled, with one person standing at the front pouring liquid onto the sand. It's a perfect illustration of ancient engineering in action: simple, effective, and brilliant. Now let's journey forward a few centuries to ancient Greece, where innovation took a different turn. The Greeks were masters of tools and leverage. They didn't just rely on brute force. They amplified it with clever devices. As the Greek engineer, precision is everything. To lift these marble blocks for the temple, we don't just use ropes. We carve a special T-shaped groove into the stone. Into this, we insert our holy vela. As we begin to lift with our cranes and winches, the device expands, gripping the stone securely from the inside. There's no slipping, no accidental drops. We can then use complex ramp systems and levers to guide each block into its exact position, fitting it perfectly against its neighbor. It is a dance of physics and geometry. The Greeks developed an array of lifting tongs, Lois irons, and early cranes, allowing them to construct architectural marvels like the Parthenon with a level of precision that still astounds engineers today. They understood that with the right tools, a small force could move a great weight. So, from the water-slick sands of Egypt to the tool-savvy workshops of Greece, ancient builders proved that human ingenuity is the most powerful tool of all. By combining a deep understanding of physics with clever engineering and incredible teamwork, they accomplished feats that continue to inspire awe thousands of years later. The next time you see one of these ancient wonders, remember the brilliant minds and the sheer determination that brought them to life. Ever stood in awe of the pyramids or the Parthenon and just wondered, how on earth did they do that? We're talking about stones weighing hundreds, sometimes thousands of tons. Today, we're cracking the code on the incredible ingenuity of ancient builders. Let's start our journey in ancient Egypt, a land of sun, sand, and secrets. Imagine you're an Egyptian worker thousands of years ago. The sun is beating down, and in front of you is a stone block the size of a small house, weighing over 2 tons, destined for the Great Pyramid. How do you move it across the desert? You're not alone, of course. You're part of a massive team. As the Egyptian worker, all right, man, heave. But wait, the sand, it's our enemy. It grinds, it grips, it makes this task nearly impossible. But our overseers, they are wise. They've watched how the Nile's mud behaves. See that man at the front? He's not carrying drinking water. Watch. You see, the Egyptians discovered something brilliant. Pouring just the right amount of water on the sand in front of the sled transforms the physics of the problem. Too little water and the sand piles up. Too much and it turns to useless slush. But get it just right and the sand becomes firm, reducing the friction by half. Suddenly, the impossible becomes possible. We can see this exact scene painted on the walls of ancient tombs, a blueprint left for us to find. It wasn't magic. It was a masterful understanding of their environment. With water, sand, and sheer human power, they pulled these colossal blocks for miles, laying the foundations for eternity. Now, let's fast forward a few centuries and sail across the Mediterranean to ancient Greece, the cradle of philosophy, democracy, and some seriously clever engineering. The Greeks inherited a legacy of monumental building, but they added their own layer of technical genius. They weren't just about brute force. They were about precision tools. Imagine you're an engineer in Athens, tasked with building the majestic Parthenon on the Acropolis. You need to lift and place marble blocks with millimeter accuracy. Pulling them on sleds is one thing, but lifting them high into the air is another challenge entirely. As the Greek engineer, forget simply dragging it. We need to lift this marble with grace. Look closely at the block. See this T-shaped groove we've carved into the side. This is for our holy vela. We slide the metal wedge in, and as the crane begins to lift, the wedge expands, gripping the stone from the inside like a powerful hand. No ropes to slip. No risk of chipping the edges. It's a secure, direct connection. We combine this with systems of pulleys and winches, creating lifting machines that multiply our strength. Our ramps are not just piles of earth. They are engineered slopes, carefully calculated to allow us to position these stones perfectly. It is a dance of logic and mechanics, a testament to the power of the human mind. The Greeks invented a whole toolkit of lifting devices, clamps, and Lewis irons, each designed for a specific task. They developed early forms of the crane, allowing them to construct their temples and theaters with a level of precision that still baffles engineers today. They were masters of mechanical advantage, turning complex architectural visions into stone-cold reality. So from the water-slicked sands of the Giza Plateau to the machine-powered heights of the Athenian Acropolis, we see a common thread. The wonders of the ancient world weren't built by aliens or lost magic. They were built by real people. People with an incredible understanding of physics, a talent for invention, and an unwavering determination to create something that would last forever. They combined brute strength with brilliant minds, proving that with enough ingenuity, humanity can move mountains. Thanks for joining us on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed unraveling these ancient mysteries, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you in the next video. See you next time.